Okay, so rent arrears. I'm not going to go through this, but I just want you guys to know, as landlords, there is absolutely strict criteria that you have to follow as a landlord in order to comply with the legislation of rent arrears. And I say this because as an agent, lots of landlords want me to do things that are illegal, but they don't realise it's illegal. They're not saying don't go around there with a shotgun, but what they are saying is, I want you to go around there and knock on the door. I want you to ring their employer. I want you to be at their door at 8 in the morning when they're about to leave for work. You can't do that. It's not legal. Under the Protection from Eviction Act 1977, there's a massive thing in there called harassment. And you honestly cannot do this. Now, some people do, and they do get away with it because you could go round. An agent definitely can't do this because we're agents, we're professionals, we're meant to know better. As a landlord, if you've got a reasonable relationship, you might pop round and go, "Hi, you all right? I've just come to bring you this. By the way, why haven't you paid your rent?" But just be careful. We have to follow this procedure. 7 days, it will appear on our report that they haven't paid their rent. Now, landlords also say, why 7 days? Because we can't take any action really until this point. And the standing order might not have come out, and there might have been a bank holiday. There's many, many reasons why it might be a couple of days late, but 7 days is really unacceptable. So at 7 days, we ring them, we email them, we text them, but we also write to them in an official format, 7-day notification letter. You haven't paid your rent, please contact us. Quite a nice letter. Not nice, but you know, soft. Week 2, the letter now states, you're now 14 days in arrears, you've not made a payment despite my previous letter. This is not good enough. The next thing you'll hear from us will be that we're taking you to court. Week 3, if we've got rent guarantee, at this point we notify the insurers, and then hopefully within a few weeks you'll get a payment. But week 3, what we do is we phone, we email, we write, and now within the 3rd letter, what does it say? Because guess what we're coming up to now, guys? On the 28th day, we're coming up to 2 months rent arrears, aren't we? Because rent's due in advance. So on 28th day, we're coming up to 2 months rent arrears. So the 3rd letter literally states, still not received payment. As of next week, we won't be writing to you anymore. We will be invoking the Section 8 notice. It'll be served, and we will be taking you to court for possession. And week 4, that's exactly what we do. We start the process of Section 8. I recommend you landlords don't be soft with your tenants, because if you serve a Section 8 notice, in some cases, what it actually does is just gears them up to see that you are being serious, even if you don't act on it. Because all we want them to do, let's be honest, is pay the rent really, isn't it? We don't want to go through the hassle of kicking them out. We don't want to have to find another tenant and have a void period. But what we do want is for you to pay the rent. And if you're 2 months in arrears, we do have a problem. Communication is key. If a tenant's in arrears, great if they communicate with us so that I can feed back to you. Mr. Landlord, your tenant is in arrears, but this is the reason why, and this is the date they can make a payment, and this is what they've proposed. They're in financial difficulty, but they're talking to us. But don't let that communication and that emotional side for those that manage properties themselves upset or interfere with the action that you take. And I think we had a conversation about emotions and properties and letting to family and so forth. It didn't turn out very well, did it, Nick? But you had a rocky patch, yeah? And a potential to go in a really uncomfortable direction for you, really. So with an agent, the good thing is you don't have to do that because we do. And we will be as harsh as we need to be.